Okay, Torah concept, New Testament, pray for laborers. Okay, so the Torah does not explicitly command pray for laborers, as we read in Matthew 9:38 and Luke 10, verse 2. But it does establish themes of divine provision for workers. Okay, so our dependence on God for the harvest, right, and appointment of laborers for sacred tasks. Okay, we find this in the Torah. The Torah foundations these Torah foundations anticipate the New Testament teaching about asking God to send workers in His harvest. Okay, so the Torah parallels and the foundations on this. His first example is dependence on God for the harvest. We read in Leviticus 26, the Torah emphasizes that agricultural labor succeeds only if God provides. So this parallels the New Testament idea of the Lord of the harvest must be petitioned to send laborers. Okay, so next example, God appoints laborers for sacred work. Numbers chapter 3. And just as Yeshua teaches disciples, or tells his disciples to pray for laborers in the spiritual harvest, the Torah shows God himself assigning workers for his sanctuary. Like Bezalel and Oholiab is another example in Exodus chapter 31. These men reflect the principle that workers for God's mission are not self-appointed, but they are divinely empowered to do his work. Okay, next example, prayer for provision of workers, like in Numbers 11. Moshe, overwhelmed by a burden of leadership, cries out to God. In response, God appoints 70 elders to share the load. This is a strong Torah parallel. Moshe pleads to God, providing more laborers for the work of building or guiding Israel. And the Torah sets the precedent. Workers for God's mission are chosen and empowered by him, whether for agriculture, priestly service, or leadership. The New Testament extends this principle into spiritual realm. Disciples are to pray that God will raise up evangelists and ministers, just as Moshe prayed for helpers that God would appoint. Okay, and note the continuity here. This is how Yeshua taught Torah in the New Testament. The Torah has not passed away.